Hello, beautiful souls. How are you? Happy summer solstice. If you are joining us live or catching the replay, please say hello. Please comment and let us know where you're tuning in from, how you're doing, how you're feeling. I'm going to get the chat up on my phone here too so I can see it. I'm so excited. I actually meant to send an email out about this. That was a lot. I actually meant to send an email out about this earlier today, and I was like, we got to get going. So welcome, everyone. I'm super excited. So every season, I always like to do some sort of healing or celebration for the season. I think this is a great time to close a chapter, especially if you're having a rough time for the year, or if you're wanting to enter into some new enter into some new energy. Also, it's important to acknowledge the season changes, even if like the weather isn't necessarily changing near you, because sometimes you live in a place that doesn't really change much for the weather. But our bodies are in a rhythm where things can change, and we want to honor that. So summer solstice is all about honoring the fire, the light. It is the brightest day of the year, and it gives us the opportunity to actually honor and illuminate the light within. It is also a great time for awakening. It's a great time of energy that's just rampant, where we have lots of movement, and maybe you've been feeling a little sluggish, or maybe you've been feeling like there's too much energy going on. Let me know in the comments. Are you feeling like there's a lot of energy? Are you feeling like you're already in summer mode? It's always funny. Like I always think when the seasons changes, and I'm like, but I've been feeling that season for a while. And then sometimes I don't feel the season. So it just depends on what it is. So have you been feeling like you're already in summer? Maybe you're in a different hemisphere and it is the opposite season for you. Wherever you're at, we're celebrating change is what we're doing. We're celebrating change. We're celebrating light. We're celebrating illumination. We're celebrating the land. We are celebrating. And today in the solstice, we're going to do a healing, and I'm going to see where it takes us. Hi, Lee from Chicago. Grateful to be here. Annabelle was happy to see this. I've been extremely exhausted. I'm so sorry. Douglas said lots. Yes. Good afternoon from Washington State. Hi, Lacey. I'm so excited you guys are here. I know it was like very last minute. So I'm super excited to do this summer solstice healing. So one of the things that I want you to do before we do this is I want you to just think about how you have been over the last season, in terms of like, how has spring been for you? And if we think of spring as the beginning of the year, and not January, like I'm not worrying about calendar right now. I want to look at spring as the beginning of the year, and we're going into the second part of that portion of the year. And so for summer, we're moving into this summer energy. So spring is all about blooming, allowing things to start to bloom. And then summer is when we get to actually enjoy the blooms. We get to enjoy the harvest as they're growing. We're not harvesting everything because that's fall, but we're still enjoying the things that we have planted. And there's this fire energy that we get to tap into. So I want you to just take a moment and name at least one thing that you are grateful for from spring. And maybe you want to put it in the chat box, maybe you don't, maybe you just want to acknowledge it internally. But I want you to just acknowledge one thing that you are super grateful for. And it doesn't have to be a big external thing. It could just be that you're proud of yourself for showing up. It could be that you're taking care of your body, or you're getting better sleep, or that you got to feel the sunshine for the first time after winter. Whatever it is that you're grateful for, I want you to just take one moment and express one thing that you're grateful for spring. And for me, that's rain. Like, I'm so grateful for the rain that we have gotten. I know that we've gotten a ridiculous amount of rain, but I'm grateful because my husband and I planted over 50 trees last year, and those trees are growing and they're getting stronger, and they're about double the size they were last year. And so, like, I'm super grateful that they are getting nourished with all of the amount of water that has been coming in, and that they're just reaping the reward from it. I'm grateful for many other things as well. Spring has been a big transformation. Awesome. I'm proud that I cut a lot of people out of my life who is draining the circle, been smaller. Cutting people out is also really important sometimes, because we need those breaks, and we need to like find our different inner circles. So I think that's awesome. Waking up is always a blessing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So with that said, I want you to also think of something that you would like to set an intention for this summer. And I want you to be bold, but reasonable. And what do I mean by that? I want you to think, I want to set an intention that is outside my comfort zone, but I also want to be reasonable in the expectation of the amount of time something might take. So I'm going to use an extreme example. I want to lose, or I want to get my doctorate, and I'm just going back to school. Well, I can't finish that in one season. So just going back to school would be the goal, versus I want to complete my doctorate by the end of summer. So we want to just think about time as well. And what is this something that you want to set an intention to plant a seed with? Because maybe it's something big that's going to take many years. So we can set an intention for that. And then I also want you to set an intention for something that you would like to accomplish this season. And maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's being more present with your feelings. Maybe it's having more fun this season. I know for me, like, spending more time with my daughter is definitely a goal for the summer. And I think that it's something I've carved out a lot of different time for, and we have a lot of different little trips planned that I'm very excited about. And so what is it that you want to set an intention for? And if you can sum up those two intentions, what words would you give them? So maybe it's travel, maybe it's fun, maybe it's spirituality, maybe it's meditation. Like, what are the words that you would like to give that? And then if you want to put your whole intention in the chat box, you can, or you can just sum it up and put your words in. Because what we're doing is we're sending an energetic signal out saying, like, hey, this is what I want. Help me be a frequency match for it. Help me, assist me in bringing this into fruition. Assist me in bringing this forward. And then the universe can respond, which is a really beautiful thing. Being less procrastinating. So Douglas, what I would put is being in flow and honoring, being in flow and taking action. So instead of like looking at like stop procrastinating, like be in flow. I'm taking inspired action. It feels, I hope you can feel the difference of it. Passing my exam, that's exciting. Been taking 3 months break so far from studying. That's awesome, Karen. Helping me heal my body. Helping my build healthier habits and routines. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So go ahead and if you'd like to comment in the chat box, comment in the chat box what your intention is or your word for your intention as well. Lois said consistent practices and spirituality. Annette said learning tarot by the end of the summer. Love it. You're putting a deadline on it. That's fantastic. Feeling healthier, getting outside more, and being more active. I love that. Love that. Love that. taking care of ourselves during this time, I think we can really utilize the heat of the sun, which I think is really amazing. So we're going to do a healing today. And in this healing, I most likely will speak light language. You don't want to drive or operate heavy machinery while listening to it. We want to always practice safety. Everything is done inside the Akash. We channel higher self to higher self. It's only during the healing itself that we're in the Akash. And I don't go in the Akash afterwards to look at this stuff. It's just during, and it doesn't matter if you're catching the live or watching the replay. This is all happening for you whenever you have time to do it. And you can always re-listen to this as well. I do want to share something before we go into the healing. I would highly recommend doing some sort of summer solstice ritual. This can be the start of it, but there's one more thing that you can do today or sometime over the next week to honor summer. And I want to encourage you to do that. So maybe it's doing some sort of fire ceremony, or maybe it's doing some sort of dance, or maybe it is sitting outside and drinking some tea and just being with nature, being with the flowers, being with the grass, being with Mother Earth, and you're just being present and breathing with the season. Whatever it is, it's just opportunity to slow down and honor the season as you're entering into it. And then also when we do the healing, you'll have an opportunity to set an intention. And don't be surprised if the intention slightly changes when we go in, because right now we're just planting seeds of what that might be. And so you might be able to articulate it in a different way, or you might go, ooh, my heart is actually telling me this. And I want to encourage you, whatever your heart is telling you, whatever you're being guided to say for the intention, encouraged to say for the intention, go ahead and say it, because you might surprise yourself on what is wanting to come forward and what is wanting to change and be invited as well. Sitting outside with the rain drinking tea. I love that. Oh, it's like you saw me. Leading my words for my intention or taking inspired action, travel, and health. I love that. Okay, perfect. I'm going to take a sip of water and then we're going to get into it, because I am really excited to do this. So go ahead and close your eyes and bring your awareness into your heart space and sink into the sacred nectar of your being and receive a breath, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, cleansing breath out through the mouth. Another nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, allowing the grounding cord to root all the way down to the core of the earth, which is a crystalline ball of energy, which is Gaia's heart chakra. And I want you to just breathe. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel the pulse of Mother Earth. Her energy is alive. She is mothering. She is love. And she wants to mother you. She wants to love you. She wants to nourish you. She nourishes you every day. And she wants to continue to nourish you. And I want you to just inhale, invite her in with the breath. And as you're breathing in, feel her energy sweep through your whole body and being. And on the exhale, feel her embrace. And then breathe with Mother Earth. Breathe with Gaia. Rooting into her foundation, into her heart, and just breathe. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel, sense, or imagine creation, God, universe, source, whatever sacred title you give that frequency, is pouring into the crown of your head. And as it pours in, there's this invitation to just be held in love, to surrender. And there's nothing you have to do but just receive. Give yourself permission to receive. Receive love, receive compassion, receive nourishment, receive grace. Would you just receive? Ushamata, Shukarasa, Sunamatarasi, Kurusua, Trasa. And then I want you to feel, sense, or imagine that there is a beautiful door and it's adorned with fresh flowers. And this door is going to take you into a beautiful summer meadow. You're going to step through the door with Gaia and creation. And when you step through, you're going to notice that there's a beautiful pathway and it's adorned with flowers. There's beautiful insects. There's beautiful sounds of summer that are just in the air. There's butterflies. There's dragonflies. And there's a little humor today from the Guardians. They go, there's even mosquitoes. And this is a safe space. So the humor is there to just allow you to lighten up. There will be no mosquito bites on this journey. So I want you to walk down the path. And as you're walking down the path, you're going to notice that there is different flowers along this meadow. And you're going to get to a patch of flowers that are really like your heart is just going, those are calling me. And I want you to make your way over to those flowers. And when you get to them, I want you to either kneel down or sit down on the ground to just be with them. And I want you to breathe. And I want you to breathe with the essence of this flower. And as you're breathing, this flower is inviting you to root deeply. It's inviting you to blossom. It's inviting you to set an intention for what you would like summer to gift you with, what you would like the universe to gift you with, what you would like to co-create with summer. So I want you to set an intention of what you would like to accomplish in summer and maybe a bigger intention of what you would like to start this summer. And they can be different or they can be the same. Go ahead and there'll be a moment of silence while you breathe with the flowers and set your intention. Ushakasido mutro papa trasia kua trapatresino kurumotrusa shanakua trakamatru sikaranu pura papa sharku shanaha. And then I want you to take a moment and stop and smell the flowers. I want you to get in there, allow your nose to touch the pollen in the flower. And I want you to just breathe in its sweet nectar, its sweet medicine. And I want you to just breathe. And as you're breathing, I want you to feel its frequency untangling any enmeshments, any energies that are going to prevent you from accomplishing your goals or intentions. And its energy is moving in. Moving in, it's moving in, it's moving in, and it's inviting them to be dissolved with the sweet nectar of life. And I want you to feel, sense, or imagine any enmeshments, any entanglements that are going to prevent your intentions from coming to fruition are dissolving. They're dissolving slowly. This is integrating slowly. We're going to allow our bodies to assist in moving through this very, very slowly so there's no harm done, where it's nice, it's soft in the physical body, in the mental body, in the spiritual body, in the emotional body. It's soft and gentle, soft and gentle. soft and gentle. And then this beautiful flower is going to share a message with you, and you may download the message, or you may receive the message here in this moment in time. And the messages may be received through thoughts, feelings, words, emotions, seeing, feeling, knowing, touching, hearing, smelling, tasting. Go ahead and download or receive. You're going to stand up from this flower patch, and you're going to continue to walk down the path. And then there's going to be some amazing bumblebees with their sweet honey and their sweet nectar, and they're going to guide you to another spot within this beautiful meadow where there are flowers, and there are thousands of flowers where they are taking you. And you're going to be led to a particular patch where there are multiple different types of flowers that you're going to be encouraged to smell. And I want you to go ahead and just stop and smell their fragrance, smell their nectar. Get your nose in there. And I really want you to smell it. So take a nice deep breath in, cleansing breath out. Allow it to just, its frequency to come through and calm your nervous system down. I want you to just breathe it in again. Taking an audible inhale through the nose, an audible exhale out through the mouth. And you're going to smell the other flower that's different than this first flower. You're going to just breathe that in. And your nose is touching the nectar. It's touching the pollen. And you're going to breathe it in, and you're going to exhale it out, and you're going to allow that essence, its frequency, its magic, its medicine to move through you. You're inviting the essence of the flower, the power of flowers and their nectar to invite a powerful healing that you are invoking by just breathing in and inviting their sweet, potent medicine to support you in calming your nervous system, supporting you in opening your heart and let going of emotions that are no longer serving you, inviting in new possibilities that you didn't even realize were available to you. I want you to just breathe this all in. And these flowers are going to share a collective message with you that is so crucial for your path and for this season. And I want you to just take a moment and either download this or receive this. And you're just going to breathe, and you're going to breathe with the flowers and the nectar. There will be a moment of silence while you receive this. Shuka samamutruka, shagautra saha, shagahukanaka sinukumaha, trasi trukumutraha trasikanamuha. And then I want you to breathe in, and when you breathe in and you exhale out, I want you to feel the buzz of the bumblebee, the and then I want to invite you to actually make that sound. And what this sound does is it helps to release any old anger, emotions, rage that are lodged in the cells of your body. And what we're doing is we're going to make some new space for the new. for the intention to blossom, to bloom, to come into fruition. And so even if you don't think that you have old anger or old sadness or old rage, we're just going to do this because it also helps to connect with Mother Nature to support you in a new way. So go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, you'll buzz. You'll do this 2 more times. Inhale for the buzz. Last one. Then I want you to just feel your cells rearranging, dumping, letting go, and making space for the new. And then I want you to notice that the bumblebees are leading you to a beautiful spot in the meadow where you can lie down and breathe with Mother Earth while the sunshine kisses your face. The warmth hugs your body, and the earth hugs you back. And I want you to just be, and as you're being, I want you to give yourself permission to thank the summer and the sun and the light for all it does for you. It allows the flowers to grow. It allows the food to grow. It allows the ecosystem to thrive and to live, and it allows us to live. The sun nourishes our body. It gives us vitamin D and so much more. So I want you to just thank the energy of summer, thank the energy of the sun, thank the energy of the light. And then allow Spirit, Summer, God, Universe, to speak to you, to share with you a sacred message. And there'll be a moment of silence while you either download or receive that message. Koshama trasia ko maha, trasa trasoko mushuma, trasi ko mutrusa. Sharaku trapapa, sharaki sanamu, trapa. Sokoshumu trukamaha. Taking a nice deep breath in, breathing with the earth, breathing with the sun. And when you're ready, you're going to stand up and you're going to boogie, you're going to dance, you're going to celebrate. You're going to celebrate. And maybe it's just a little boogie, a little shake of your booty. Or maybe it's this intricate flow with the wind. Whatever the case is, I want you to just celebrate. Maybe it's putting your ahead on the earth, but celebrate it. This is the time of celebration. You made it through spring and now you're entering into summer. This is to be celebrated. Many opportunities and many blessings are on your way. They're on the way to assist with your impact on humanity, with your impact in your community, your impact on your soul's evolution. And it can look different for each and every one of us. So honor that. Honor you and honor summer. And we're going to just simply thank spring for all it's done to bring us to this moment. We're going to continue to nourish the seeds we planted in spring. And we're going to be present with this season. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Toshikatsu tarasa. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to take a nice deep breath in. Cleansing breath out. Bow your chin in towards your chest. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly blinking your eyes open, taking your time, coming back to. Take a sip of water. Get back in your body by rubbing it if that feels good. You can rub your hands together if that feels good. If you want to rub your arms. Let me know in the comments, how are you feeling? How are you doing? I would love to hear from you. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Are you excited for summer? Are you excited for what it has to bring? Feeling grateful, amazing, looking forward to growing my business, make an impact. That's awesome, Party. Lovely, lovely. Super grounded, that was beautiful, awesome. You can still do some sort of ritual today. Really want to encourage you to do that. Also want to encourage you to work with the fire element if you can. That will help kind of cultivate more of the energy for summer too. And this was something that I was getting to share that I really wanted to share. When we were smelling the flowers, they wanted me to paint this picture. So the pollinators, the birds, like the hummingbirds and the bumblebees, things like that, they pollinate the world. And so what you were doing in this healing meditation celebration is by smelling the flowers and the pollen on your nose and moving to the next one, is you're helping to pollinate the fields in which your dreams grow. And so I want you to think about that anytime you are getting caught up in all of the things that aren't working out or all of the everyday life stuff. I want you to stop and smell the roses, stop and smell the flowers. And remember, you're the one that gets to pollinate the field. You're the one that gets to decide how quick and how fast you do things. Even when you feel like things are outside of your control, they are in your control as well. And so remember, you get to be a super pollinator of your field, of your roses, of your flowers. And what do you want to bloom? Do you want weeds to grow in there? Do you want those weeds to suffocate the trees and the flowers? Or do you want to take that negative energy or take those people that are not productive for your growth and have them leave, or you leave, or you both mutually agree that the relationship is not beneficial, or those thoughts are not beneficial, those actions are not beneficial for your growth and your evolution. And so you get to pollinate, you get to grow as many flowers as you want, and you get to grow as many weeds as you want. So you get to decide what that looks like. And not all weeds are weeds. So remember that. Sometimes things don't maybe look as pretty, but those are actually the things that you're meant to be doing. And what I mean that about that, like as like a metaphor, is sometimes when you're doing that deep shadow work, or you're doing those gut-wrenching things that seem hard or difficult, it might seem like you're bringing things in, or things are falling apart, but they're not falling apart. What you're doing is you're giving yourself permission to be in control of what it is that your landscape, your reality gets to look like. And it's important for you to step back and be present with that as well along the journey. I love the super pollinator. Yes, I was getting that so clear, so I really wanted to share that. Georgie, thank you very much. It was awesome, Amy. You're welcome. Beautiful, beautiful. We'll go outside and drink dandelion tea. Ooh, dandelion tea sounds delicious. Feeling euphoric, looking forward to peace, to doves. We're talking on either side of me during. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. The super pollinator of our dreams and desires. Yes, Lee. Yes, yes, yes. So awesome, guys. We're gonna what's going on? Oh, let me share just a quick thing that we have going on. We have a summer sale going on if you're interested. We have our crystal course happening right now. That's at 75% off. I'll put the link in the what is up with that? Hold on. I'll put the link in the chat. If you're interested in learning how to work with crystals, we have 75% off on that. And then our next crystal show will be, I think, July 10th. And then I think I'm gonna do like a impromptu masterclass. I'm going to be putting it together. I don't know what that looks like or when it is, but you guys got me inspired to do something with Atlantis and Lemuria. So we'll do something like that soon. What time is the crystal show? Isn't it today? No, it was yesterday, Melissa. You can catch the replay on social media, on Facebook. Let me see if I can grab it really quick. You can catch the replay if you're wanting to claim any of the crystals. You can just take a screenshot from the replay. For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about, we do a live crystal show where you can buy crystals. We do activations with them, things like that, and they are available for sale if you want to get them. And let me click on this really quick. Here's the replay. I got it in the chat. And then, do you offer Akashic Record readings? I have, if you join my Facebook group, I have a lot of my students that do free Akashic Record readings. There's a bunch of students that are on here too that can offer paid readings as well. We do that. I teach the Akashic Records. I don't have time for one-off readings right now. But I can direct you to someone. We have those happening too. In our Facebook group, we have lots of people. The next show will be at 1 p.m. Central, I think July 10th, if I'm remembering it correctly. Yeah, July 10th it will be. July 10th. We're not going to do anything for the 4th of July weekend because I'm going to go visit Charleston. I haven't been back there since 2018, since we moved, and I'm so excited. So I have a question for the masters, teachers, and loved ones. That's awesome, Melissa. I do. Party said she offers readings. Yep. We have lots of students. Let me grab the Facebook group link too for anybody that's interested in that. Our students will offer free readings when they're getting certified. It's a free group on Facebook. I know that we want to start our community on YouTube, but we just haven't done the posting in there yet. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. My question is about, well, it's not direction. You mentioned Atlantis and Lemuria. What about Tartara? Melissa, let me look into that. I think I've been there in past life regressions, but I didn't know the name of it. So let me look at that. I'm going to put together either like a 3-part masterclass series or something like that for Atlantis and Lemuria, or for just Lemuria and the one just for Atlantis. But yeah. What will be on YouTube? Oh, we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook right now. So that's why I'm mentioning YouTube. YouTube has like a community link now that you can like post stuff in the community on YouTube. So it's similar to other social media platforms. We just haven't utilized it. We've been approved for it. We just haven't utilized it. I don't know how many people utilize it. I have no idea. Let me know if you're on YouTube and utilize that. I don't know. Like I don't. Sometimes I don't pay attention with all of like the new trends and things like that are happening, but I know that we were approved for it, so I don't know. I need to look into it. So I hope that's helpful, and I hope I didn't confuse anybody. So okay, if you are a Sacred Awakening student, our virtual retreat is going to be happening in July. It's July 15th, 16th, and 17th. If you're a level 1 student or 2 or 3, whatever level you are, everybody's invited to the virtual retreat. And then, so check your email for that. And then we have our summer sale going on, and then we'll have our next crystal show on the 10th. And then I'll let you know when we're doing another live. So I hope you all had an amazing time, and let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you on again. So happy summer solstice. Go out and celebrate. Share this with a friend, and please make sure you like this video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. So thanks, guys. Have fun. Bye.